Griffin Park this afternoon as referee Peter Bank leads out the two teams, and this is how Brentford will line up this afternoon. David Rea in goal, Dalsgaard the right back and captain, Rico Henry the left back, Janvier and Pinnock are the centre back partnership, Norgard, Jensen and De Silva in the midfield, and up front it's a BMW. Ollie Watkins down the centre, either side of him, Saeed Benrahma and Brian Boima. On the bench, Luke Daniels, Joe Valencia, Emiliano Marcondes, Tariq Fosu, Shandon Baptiste, Luka Racic and Mads Roslem. For Middlesbrough this afternoon, they look as if they're going to change their formation to 4 at the back, so we're expecting Ainsley Pears in goal, and the back 4 to be Johnny Howson, Harold Makudu, Paddy McNair and Dale Fry, Lewis Wing, George Saville, Marvin Johnson ahead of them, with Marcus Tavernier and Hayden Coulson playing ahead of the midfield, but just behind Ashley Fletcher, who's in a good run of form at the moment. On the bench, Thomas Mayas, Adam Clayton, Britison Belonga, Rudy Gestead, Ravel Morrison. Is this his last chance to impress? Luca Kamecha and Jed Spence, who was a Fulham lad, one that they know Downs will be wishing they had to let go now. Here comes Jonathan Woodgate. You can hear the applause in the background. The Brentford fans are well up for this one in the bright sunshine here this afternoon. And if you are just joining us, everybody in the Bees Poultry team this afternoon has gone for a 2-0 win. We'll take that one and move on, fellas. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think so. I'm also noticing all the press down here. Every game we're getting a few more marked, and like I said, it's beginning to become the hot ticket in town. Remember, we used to have 3 press photographers. Now we got a plethora down there of about, I would say, 15 press photographers. Brentford are the news these days in the Championship, and it's lovely to see.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like one of those cup games, but this is just a normal game. Yeah. It's a league game. It's not even one of the top league games of the top 2 sides against each other. But there must be around 15 photographers congregating around the technical areas down there to take pictures of Thomas Frank and Jonathan Woodgate. Jonathan Woodgate looks a little bit bemused by all this.
Well, I mean, he'd be used to all of this, but it's one of these things that I've noticed it, certainly since the Leicester Cup tie and the Forest game as well, that we're starting to get almost the whole of the New Road. If you explain to the listeners, you're literally going from one section, one block, going through 2 blocks of just guys in high green vis jackets. It's just like ants all over the ground here, just taking their publicity photos for the papers for the morning. That's what it is. Brentford in the Championship these days is big news, and a game here all of a sudden has become big press box office.
Yeah, it certainly is. You're enjoying the view up here, Matt?
I'm absolutely loving it. It's much better from the other side. There's no stats in front of me. Probably the best view I've had in 30 years.
We're set to start here. Brentford are in their huddle. Middlesbrough are ready. Brentford going to be kicking towards the Middlesbrough fans in the first half. So normal service has been resumed on that front. Dalsgaard just saying his last words. Ollie Watkins comes up. Brentford to take the kick off. Absolutely. There's Jensen and Watkins over the ball. Look at that. The crowd, the colour and the noise is spectacular. Can Brentford deliver? We're underway here. Ball is played forward and it's just caught under the feet there of Dale Fry. Here's George Saville, former Brentford player. It's just 2 roads from me. Don't worry, if we don't get the result, I won't be putting a note through his letterbox. There's Coulson, who's come into the team this afternoon, plays the ball into the centre, but it's going to be a free kick early on here for Middlesbrough. Just inside their own half. Saville takes it back to Dale Fry, and across the former Man United man, Paddy McNair. You can hear the wind in the background, but certainly that only seems up here. We can't see the corner flags blowing. The trees are still. We know that the high winds are on their way. Apparently it's bad in the northwest, but down here in the south, nothing to worry about as yet. An early mistake there by the youngster Hayden Coulson under pressure from Buemo. Brentford get a throw about 10 yards inside the Middlesbrough half. Dalsgaard throws it back to Janvier. And he plays it back across to David Raya. First touch for him, it's a poor one. It's played upfield, it's picked up by George Saville, tries to break foot. Good challenge by Norgard there. And Bremo comes back to win it. Brentford much quicker to the ball there, and Dalsgaard plays it downfield. Here's Fry, struggles to get it under control. Plays it to Coulson, then good header back to Fry. And plays it back here to Makudi, who's in this afternoon. Just settled a little bit deeper. The ball's played down that right-hand side for Tavernier to chase. And it does indeed look as if they have got the four at the back, as we expected.
Yeah, I think that what we're looking at is the Woodgate way, and we commented this on the game up at the Riverside, is they're playing out from the back. So the extra man there is a safety surety thing from Woodgate.
Here's Ben Rama inside the Middlesbrough half on the far side. He was crowded out in the end, just too many players there. It looks as if Saville's going to play just ahead of the back four, just trying to link up with the midfield and the front men. Here's Janvier, gets it under control, plays it back to David Ray. You can definitely see already the surface isn't quite what it was a few weeks ago. We noticed it against Nottingham Forest. But the pitch has been brilliant all season, but just this time of year, can't quite get the surface as it has been earlier. I think one thing players will realise is that mistakes can happen, particularly with passes back in this weather.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that with the Brentford high press. Middlesbrough are very kind of keen to actually play it out between the centre backs, but Brentford are pressing with the high. Even Jensen moving really quickly, putting pressure on the centre backs, who are just looking to turn and try and play.
Here is Saville. Plays it forward to Johnson, the former Oxford man. Dalsgaard read that well, plays it back to David Raya. Gets good purchase upfield, as far as Saville though. Chests it down, plays it out to the wing to Coulson. Strong challenge by Dalsgaard, comes off him last. It's going to be a throw. Middlesbrough settled well into the game. 3 minutes gone. And welcome to iFollow at Griffin Park if you are just tuning in. Here is Johnson. Crossfield. Sorry, Lewis Wing now to Crossfield. It's Brentford win it back. It's played down that left-hand side. Makudi is going to get there first ahead of Watkins. Did well in the end. But Brentford's straight in on Middlesbrough on that far side. Well done side. Ben Rama gets the Brentford throw. About halfway inside the Middlesbrough half on the Bramer Road side. These fans definitely up for this one this afternoon. Here is De Silva. Back to Rico Henry. De Silva once more. Ben Rama. Great skills by Ben Rama. He tried a little back heel into the path of Rico Henry. Didn't quite come off in the end. And Middlesbrough break down that far side. Good challenge as usual by Christian Norgard on the far side. Just making sure that Tavernier can't stretch too far forward. So decent game of football. Just into the 5th minute now. Full house here. You can't see a spare seat at all, Mick.
No, it's a good sight, as you said. It's a fantastic canvas. Sun is shining, red and white everywhere, and very good atmosphere this afternoon.
Very good, yeah. Good work there by De Silva. Tries to play it down the line to Ben Rama, but wins a throw instead. And McNair's sitting in the centre there, as you would expect. Howson is on that far side. He's going to try and take care of Ben Rama this afternoon. He's been in a good run of form, Johnny Howson, 31 years of age now. Of course, he's had 185 games for Leeds, 176 for Norwich. And he'll have his work cut out this afternoon to deal with the in-form side, Ben Rama. 5 in his last 5 league games. A hat-trick last week against Hull City, which of course he did on home territory last season. Ball played forward towards Ashley Fletcher. It's headed away by Pinnock, picked up on the far side by Tavernier. Now here's a good ball down the far side, but De Silva back there defending, just allowed the ball to run away, and it will be a Brentford goal here with David Raya. 5 minutes gone. Both sides just testing each other out at the moment, Matt.
Yeah, just settling in by the looks of it. They're definitely frightened of Ben Rama, though. Every time he's had the ball, they've tried to double and triple up on him, which is going to create gaps and spaces.
The ball's played out to Ben Rama on the far side. Johnny Howson didn't allow him to settle. Got a touch in, but only played it away for a throw. Right on the halfway line for Rico Henry to take. De Silva makes himself available. Nice little touch back from Jensen. Jensen, a lovely ball inside. Rico Henry, head down, charging forward. Plays out to the left to Benrahma. First time ball into the box. Will it come to Mbeumo? Mbeumo couldn't quite get there. It's cleared by Coulson. Here's Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard's going to go for goal. Takes a deflection, and it's over the bar off the knees of Dale Fry.
There's a good chance by Dalsgaard there. He did exactly the right thing. When Mbeumo had a kind of half chance, but the clearance came to Dalsgaard. He's about 18-20 yards out. He just saw the gap. It started to close in on him, and he had a low shot. It was heading goalwards, but the knee of Dale Fry just put it over the bar, and it's a Brentford corner.
Yeah, about 1.5 foot over the bar in the end, so it's a corner on this new road side. Jensen to take it. Benrahma about 12 yards away. Coulson has made himself available to stop the short pass from a Middlesbrough perspective. Here he comes now. It's away from goal. It's headed further away, retrieved by De Silva on the edge of the penalty area. He can pass this back to Norgard. 5 yards outside the penalty area. Norgard then across to Benrahma. Benrahma, well, that's they weren't on the same wavelength that time. A little bit too straight, and that was an easy one for Ainsley Pears. Has come into the team because Darren Randolph's gone back to West Ham, and there's a chance for the youngster to shine. Has been out on loan to Darlington and Gateshead in the past, but has been in good form of late. Ollie Watkins just making sure he doesn't get this too far upfield. He's taking his time here. We've seen this before, Mick, and we know how it frustrates the fans. Long ball played in the end, and David Rail will stop that from going away from the corner. It came off Pinnock, but it took a fair bit of time there.
Yeah, he was actually trying to say to Watkins, come on, out the way. I mean, it seemed a very, very strange bit of goalkeeping. He was expecting Watkins to retreat, to allow him to take the kick. I mean, it just seemed a very strange set of goalkeeping.
Ball is played out on that far side for a throw. Okay, Henry to take it, and now about halfway inside the Middlesbrough half. Once again on the Bremer road side. Down the line to Benrahma. Straight into Benrahma is House and gets a foot in it. Brentford gained about 10 yards. Throw almost level with the penalty. Here's De Silva. Nice first touch. Tries to cut the ball back, but he didn't really catch it well. Makudi clears the ball high. There's a strong challenge there with a header from Rico Henry. It goes behind. It will be a goal kick. Good work by De Silva, but he couldn't really get good control across the ball and play it back into the box.
Couldn't really see anyone to give it to either, I think. Let's head down a bit.
Noticed in this first 10 minutes, Mark, that Rico Henry and Dalsgaard are not getting tracked by Middlesbrough. They're so concerned about Watkins, Benrahma and Mbeumo that seems to be where Brentford's tactic will be. They are the spare men here in attack.
Good ball upfield this time. Shot comes in, it's blocked on the edge of the box, cleared by Pinnock. Thanks to Benrahma. Oh, little nutmeg there on Johnny Howson. It's good work coming back there to defend was Paddy McNair to help out the former Norwich man. Surely he's offside here as he comes through. Yeah, he is, Ashley Fletcher. And Peter Banks will go over and have a word with him because he ended up having a shot. He knew he was offside. And Peter Banks is just saying, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you didn't hear me there. Do that again and you'll get a yellow card.
I always think it's a little embarrassing when they go for goal and they actually chip it wide of the goal anyway. It's almost like he was actually going for goal and that was his finish.
Perhaps he thought someone was injured.
Here's Jean-Pierre outside his own penalty area. Pinnock being closed down. The best ball back to David Raya, who cuts across that one. Doesn't get it too far upfield. There's Savile in the midfield battling for it. Here's Watkins, Jensen, a little bit of space there for De Silva. De Silva head down, he's got Benrahma on his left, plays it to Benrahma. It was a bit of a heavy ball. Benrahma looks to spin, get it back under control, and the ball eventually goes behind for a goal kick. But you do feel there as Brentford broke forward, it was really, it stopped being a decent attack at the moment. De Silva played that ball out, was a little bit too heavy for him.
Yeah.
For Benrahma.
Didn't really have many options for it to make that move, did he?
Good on the overlap, Mark. That just having that one on the overlap, it's almost like you see in rugby where you just got that man where we're creating the space, and that's the key. Jensen and De Silva just making that pocket of space, that extra man that then freed up Benrahma.
He goes long up towards Fletcher. Dalsgaard is there, doesn't get too much on it, but a nice little touch from Jensen, and Then Norgard tried to find Watkins, couldn't pick his man out. They tried to play the ball down to the right-hand side of Makudi. Doesn't pick out a Middlesbrough man, and it's away for a throw on the far side, which will be taken by Rico Henry. Inside, halfway inside his own half on the Bremer Road side. 11 minutes gone. And the ball's lobbed forward up towards Watkins. Watkins got there first. Pears has to race out of his goal, and he plays that one forward, keeps the ball in play. It's a good ball downfield in the end. Pinnock's going to have to deal with this. Those long legs just about get it under control in the end, and then he wraps his foot around it and plays it downfield. Watkins has come back off an offside position, and the referee has not seen the flag go up. Will he bring back play in a minute? He will do, before Brentford create something. A little bit of frustration from the Bees fans, who felt he should have blown before, but if the referee doesn't see it, he doesn't see it, Mick.
Absolutely right. He never saw that at all. It was offside. Ollie came back from an offside position. If it's offside, you then give the Middlesbrough the free kick, even if it's 20 seconds later.
Here's Wing inside. Here's Coulson, a little bit of space for the youngster to come forward. De Silva comes over, still going. Coulson, good shot, but it's straight at David Raya, and David Raya was down well and caught the ball and distributes it quickly up towards Watkins, who again, he was a yard offside. It was great delivery for David Raya, who he's looking to the heavens as well. He knows it was a great ball.
When Buemo was there and he was saying, wrong choice, I was the one onside.
Buemo, of course, was free on this left-hand zone because Coulson had moved upfield.
But still, that's that quick distribution we're talking about from Ray.
There is Paddy McNair trying to find Coulson, but well, Coulson's done well there to get a foot to it, but he couldn't keep it in play. There's Dalsgaard with the throw. The wind is just starting to get up out there. Dalsgaard clears it downfield. Easy for Dale Fry to get it under control. There's Saville. Tries to play a ball forward, and it's actually Fletcher's come deep. Dale Fry once more. Makudi now. Inside his own half. Steps forward. Benrahma closes him down. That's back to Fry. Fry under a bit of pressure from Watkins. Plays it out this near side to Marvin Johnson. Plays it downfield, and it's Raya is out to the edge of his penalty area.
Determined to play out, Mark, even under the pressure. Woodgate is making them play out. It will be interesting to see if that can hold.
Oh, nice ball forward to De Silva. De Silva, not deceived by the flight of the ball. But he gets it back from Benrahma. Makudi, a little bit too strong for him that side. Did well. The man at the back there for Middlesbrough, and here he is just to shield the ball out of play, make sure he gets the throw. You just feel, Matt, that Brentford are on the verge of starting to create a couple of big chances.
Absolutely, but I just think that when pressing, when Fry's on the ball, he's got plenty of time to have a touch and have a look. If we get onto him really close, it's 5 minutes, just really press him as hard as possible. I think mistakes are going to be made by him.
Here is Tavernier on the far side. Jensen gets his body in the way. Norgard tries to fire it through to Watkins. Watkins tried to play it to the path of Benrahma. It nearly came off. And Pinnock's done really well there to arc his back and get a header downfield. It's played on towards De Silva. He can't get the ball under control. Middlesbrough staying in this game very well at the moment. Jonathan Woodgate will be delighted with their opening. You see they're looking to take their chances if and when they come. But the noise from the Brentford fans is excellent this afternoon as well. Really behind the side, as you would expect. Ball is out on the far side.
Really good battle between Watkins and Makudi. I'm really impressed with him in the first 20 minutes. We were talking about Fry in possession, but the new number 18 for Barra, he looks a really good player, Mark. He's as quick as Watkins and as strong as Watkins. So I think Ollie should go up against Fry a little bit more often than Makudi.
There's Jean-Pierre under a little bit of pressure, and Wing got a block in there. Will come out this way for a throw, which Buemo takes quickly. Here's Dalsgaard to Watkins. He's had to come deep to retrieve this. Spins and comes from Buemo. Plays it down the line to Jensen. Was Jensen offside? Referee's assistant on this near side says no. And Jensen tries to get a block in, but Middlesbrough play their way out of trouble with Saville. Nice touch by Norgard. Norgard looked as if he may have just been caught on the way down there. He's just running that off. Coulson then plays it down the centre, looking for the runner Fletcher. Fletcher was in too deep a position, and it goes back all the way to David Raya once again. That back line of Middlesbrough, you've got Nelson on the far side. McCoody, who, as Mick said before, is looking after Watkins. Is Jensen. Wasn't the best first touch. The ball's bouncing and running all over the place. Finds his way out to Ben Rama on the far side. Ben Rama, will he have a go for goal here? It's a short pass to Jensen. Jensen that comes back to Rico Henry. Chance for Rico Henry to cross it into the box. He's looking for Watkins. And there's Johnson back there defending. He's going to have to get this one downfield. Does so. Here's Fletcher. John straight into his back. Just got a little bit too tight for him. A little bit of inexperience there.
Like I said, Fletcher didn't have the ball under control. You could see he didn't have the ball under control. Stay on your feet. He was waiting for the challenge. Jean-Pierre gives some cheap challenges away sometimes. He just rushes in. No reason. Middlesbrough can breathe and build again.
Of the early scores in the Championship, we'll come to those in a second. The only one is Derby leading at Swansea. Here is Ben Rama coming forward now. Here's Watkins in the box. Watkins looking to spin, and McCoody got the better of him again that time. It's not quite working for the front three at the moment. Only 17 minutes gone, but there's been a few times we've been breaking forward now, Matt, and the final ball or the final control just hasn't been there.
But that's also the positive, though, isn't it? We're still making those situations happen. But you're right, just that final touch. Just need a shot, I think, just so we can have a couple of shots, just test the goalkeeper, see where we're at.
Ainsley Pears not tested yet. The only time he's possibly been a little bit concerned. He's seen that shot from Dalsgaard, which deflected off Dale Fry's knee coming his way, but went over the bar. Ball makes its way all the way back to David Raya. Keeping an eye on the trees in the far distance, and they are starting to move from side to side a little bit. So this high wind at 6 expected later on this afternoon is might now be starting to show a little bit of its teeth. Watkins has come very deep to receive this one. Jean-Pierre plays it to him. There's Norgard, chips the ball out to the far side. Howson intercepts, but Rico Henry is looking to take a quick throw on the far side. Good homework so far from Woodgate, you would imagine. He'll be pleased with what he's seen from his side. Here's Dalsgaard to De Silva. Poor first touch, but he's stretched to get it back under control. Rico Henry, 20 yards inside the Middlesbrough half, is Jensen to De Silva. De Silva, nice ball through to Watkins. Good football here. Now here's Jensen. Quick ball out to Mbeumo. Chance to cross it into the far post. It's a good ball. It's headed back across. It's De Silva. Oh, and that got over the line. De Silva thinks it has, but the referee, he's not got the nod. Brentford still with possession, and Ben Rama's trying to cut it back. Well, it was playback. It was a heavy touch from Mbeumo. Good pass fired into the box on the far side, and then it was played back onto the head of De Silva, and De Silva's header, well, it was cleared off the line. He was quite convinced it went over, but obviously was a little bit more hopeful. And in between that passage of play, it looked as if someone on the far side, was it Rico Henry, had gone out for a hot dog?
Pinnock kind of hurdled. Yeah. He kind of just got to the ball, and he hurdled to finish off down the tunnel. Not the actual players' tunnel, but one of the tunnels going out towards the hot dog stands. And then he kind of did a pirouette, and on he came again. But yeah, just off the line.
All I saw was a red and white shirt again. I'm trying to keep an eye on the ball, which was 20 yards further away. It was great. And I thought, wow.
Very good acrobatics by Pinnock, considering he's so tall, to hurdle it and hurdle it back again.
His legs are so long, it's just one step.
Well, this is Marconde's country against Stoke in the cup. Out there on that far side. De Silva runs away from it. Here's Jensen, whips the ball in. It's powerfully headed away by Howson, and it will be a throw. Middlesbrough defended well. One cleared off the line. De Silva probably did all he could because the ball back into him didn't really have that much power with it, and he's got it angled correctly, but just not enough power to get it either side of the player on the line. Brentford knocking on the door here. 20 minutes gone. Rico Henry taking his time on the throw, then sees De Silva available. And trying some skills on the far side, but it's Howson's turn to do the nutmeg. In goes De Silva. De Silva wins it back for Brentford, plays it back to Pinnock. Applause from the far side. Here's Janvier. De Silva asking for the ball back, and we'll get it now via Pinnock. Benrahma tight to the touchline. De Silva nowhere to go, so he goes back across field to Janvier, who can stretch forward and come into Middlesbrough territory. Through to Mbeumo. Mbeumo trying to flick the ball the other side with George Saville. Stays on his feet, tries to find Watkins. Ball up towards Fletcher. There's Norgard. Norgard, well, he got it at the second attempt, if not the first, and it's played through. And well done, Brian Mbeumo. Took it back off wing. Great defending there. Worked hard. That much appreciated by the Griffin Park faithful. You can see how Brentford are struggling to keep the ball under control on this, what's now becoming a very bobbly pitch.
Bobbly, that's the right word to describe it, Mark. It's not under control. Brentford usually play with head up. You're almost having to keep one eye on the ball coming to you today.
Here's Watkins, good ball there from Dalsgaard. Now Benrahma, he's going to have a go, is he? No, he's out towards Jensen. Jensen in the box, goes for goal to the far post. Pez up in the air, it comes down. Benrahma with a chance. Oh, what a shot that was! And he's headed over the bar after the top of George Saville said. I'm not sure he knew much about it, but Benrahma got that on target. Pearce didn't see it. That could have been 1-0. Middlesbrough are living in a charmed life at the moment.
Super bit of play by Brentford there. Ball from Benrahma out to Jensen. Did the right thing. He actually shot straight on goal. A reflective arm from Pez went up. Out it came back. Benrahma shot again, and it came off George Saville's head. Brentford corner.
Again, it's on this new roadside. Jensen just saying to the linesman if he could just move back a little bit. Give me a little bit of room. De Silva, Norgard on the edge of the box. This one's floated to the far post. Pinnock heads it back, and he's over the line. No, it's off the line. Here's Norgard with a chance, and that's blocked. It has been given. It has been given. Brentford have scored, and I think it was Janvier with the final touch. The referee got the note, pointed to his watch, and Brentford do take the lead. We had one cleared off the line 2 minutes ago, but it's taken 23 minutes for Brentford to get the advantage. Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 0, Janvier with a goal.
That was another set piece by Brentford. That was what we call the Pinnock kind of corner. We've seen it so many times now, QPR and against Swansea, and there he was. Jensen right to the back post. Pinnock peeled away, headed it back, and there was Janvier right in the mix with about 2 Middlesbrough defenders and the goalkeeper to just kind of fumble it over the line. It doesn't matter how it gets there, Mark. It's Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Yeah, massive scramble, but the end result was what we wanted.
There's Makudi. Brentford, well, they're brutal when they go in front, and they've finally got that lead, but when it came back off the line, you were starting to wonder if it's going to be one of those afternoons. But the referee, there was a delay of what, a couple of seconds, Mick?
Yeah.
Couldn't come in though, to be fair.
Definitely the last
2 to 3 minutes.
The one cleared off the line from De Silva. He thought he'd scored, but this time the referee did get the notification, pointed to his watch, and there was suddenly an eruption. The eruption was as soon as you saw the referee raising his arm above his head and pointing to the monitor on his left wrist.
And you have to say, Jensen's delivery is just superb.
Here's Watkins, fires the ball across to Benrahma. Howson's in there first. Here's Rico Henry, chips the ball forward, and Benrahma's onto this. Benrahma into the penalty area, and Howson's got it caught under his feet. Benrahma again, hits De Silva with a chance. Jensen, Jensen, almost a fresh air shot. He can't believe it.
The ball seems to be sticking a bit, doesn't it?
He can't believe it, and I think he's injured himself in the process there, and he needs a rest on the ground. Well, he's trying to rub it off, but I think he caught his left ankle in the process there. In the turf, that was the trouble. De Silva, you thought he was going to have a shot initially, just as he's getting it under control. He rolled it to Jensen. Jensen's about 14 yards out, and you know, with his precision, he can probably pick his spot. But he just seemed to catch the grass with his left foot.
Super ball by Rico over the top. Ben Rama was away, and he was almost too quick for the ball. Him and Howson were having a tussle on the touchline, and he managed to get the ball back to De Silva, which fed Jensen. It's another super bit of play by Brentford.
Johnson for Middlesbrough, ball into the box, headed away by Pinnock. Ben Rama scurrying back, does really well. Jensen then plays it down the centre, looking for Watkins. Dale Fry hits it back into the Brentford half. Norgard, cushion header. Watkins comes back towards Rico Henry. Brentford working hard in all parts of the pitch. De Silva down the line, looking for Ben Rama. A little bit too heavy for him, but Ben Rama gives him a thumbs up, says that's the right idea. So Brentford do have the lead, and Matt, how important it is when Brentford go in front. It's a different game.
That's what we were talking about before, wasn't it? It's definitely, we're not very good when we're 1-0 behind, you know, I mean, which teams are, but if we can hold on to this, I think it'll be interesting now to see how Middlesbrough handle this.
I think it's the fluidity of the movement that's coming from Brentford in the middle. This is what we said would probably be the difference in the game. You're seeing De Silva come into the game.
Well, Jean-Pierre, who's the man who got that goal. Of course, it's his first of the season. I must admit, from here, and we're a long way away, it didn't look as if it may have gone in, but there were a lot of players in the way, and there's the De Silva one. Yeah, that certainly did look as if up from here, you wonder if that had crossed the line, but so many bodies in the way. The main thing is Brentford have got that early goal. Relief all round, I think, Mick.
I think you actually said it really well, Mark, in that as soon as that was cleared coming back out, I actually thought exactly the same. Is it going to be one of these days where everything goes off the line, you know? It's immediate thought where you think you're having the possession, but you can't make it count.
Here's Jensen, chance to cross it, drills into Watkins. Watkins battling to try and get the ball back. It's cleared in a hurry by Middlesbrough. Pinnock's there first, and Buemo gets there ahead of George Savile, much quicker to the ball. Brentford playing the ball down the right side, and Buemo again, first time ball into the box. It hits Brian, it's behind, and Brentford are all of a sudden rampant.
That was a great triangle. Buemo is so quick, and he came back, he headed it straight at Dalsgaard, out to Jensen, first time pass back to Buemo, and Middlesbrough reeling. Cross in, cleared, Brentford corner.
Jensen's getting some great positions as well.
Brentford will be looking to get the second goal.
This is what we're talking about, killing games, Mark, in this 15-minute period. Get 2 goals in front, put the accelerator down.
Well, Norgard's coming over to shout some instructions to his fellow Dane. This one's away from goal, but didn't pick out his man that time. It's cleared only as far as Rico Henry, who just slipped and then recovered, managed to get a foot in. Jensen heads it back across, is cleared on the volley by Fry. Rico Henry, nice little cushion header back to Ben Rama, who's now on this right-hand side. Ball inside to Buemo. Ben Rama then to Norgard, short to Jensen, and now Brentford. Well, that's the referee missed that. Johnson has taken out Norgard right in front of the referee.
Very naughty, very naughty.
Yeah, it was delivery. He made sure it wasn't going forward. Ball played into the box, and it's headed there behind, and it will be a goal kick. But there's going to be a few boos now. As the referee is just having a word with Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard puts his arms around the referee. Obviously, the referee's giving his interpretation of it. Dalsgaard doing the right thing.
I think what we had, Mark, was I think the linesman is kind of giving some advice to the referee, and he went up to Dalsgaard and said, I didn't see it, I didn't see it. So I think he just explained himself to the captain why he just let play on, because everyone saw it.
Well, we certainly had a good view of it here, and so did everyone on New Road. Jean-Pierre, the goal scorer, goes long. Goes all the way through to Ayres. One player, Matt, who's looking really on top of his game today is Brian Buemo.
Yeah, I said to you before we started, I'm a big fan of his. When he got his chance because Sergi got injured, but I think he's really coming on leaps and bounds. It's really
Well, it's a free kick here, right on the halfway line.
He frightens defenders.
Yeah, he does. He looks very, very quick today, and
strong.
He does
very strong.
And he's come back for a couple of defensive.
Good team player.
Yeah, a couple of defensive duties as well. One in particular when he raced back, and when he fouls against Saville, there's only one winner there for pace.
How old was he? Any idea? Sorry, I sit you up there.
He's young.
What? Who are we talking about? Well, where am I?
Yeah.
He's 21. 21.
Here's Dale Fry to Saville. Saville back to Fry again.
I thought you were talking about Mark.
Yeah,
I was just going to say.
I'll take the 21. Here's Dale Fry through to Wing across field, looking for Howson. Howson takes it down nicely. Plays it forward. No one there for Middlesbrough. De Silva will have to deal with this one. He's got Rico Henry available to work their way out of trouble there well in the end. Rico Henry back towards Pinnock. Pinnock says, let's get out here. Rico Henry's being held there. Ollie Watkins was being held there by McCooney. Everybody could see it apart from the referee.
Oh dear, oh dear.
The referee's having a bit of a Reggie Blinker out there at the moment. He's missed a couple of things everybody else has seen. Ball's now back with Pears as he's played forward to this left-hand side. Taken down nicely by Johnson, who plays it down the left channel. Down's got a powerful header. Gets good purchase on it all the way back to David Raya. Good overthrow out there towards Rico Henry. Look at that, brilliantly spins and dives straight to his path. Ball's played forward into the box, and unfortunately Ollie Watkins didn't get any change there out of McCoody at that time.
I think Watkins and McCoody is going to be interesting because Ollie's just beginning to think he's beginning to get away with things, Mark. So Ollie's going to have to play a little smarter because he's not going to get anything from the referee here.
Here's Johnson down this left-hand side. Dalsgaard eventually wraps his foot around and it's out of play. I'm not sure how the referee missed that one. He's got to be helped out by his assistant.
The only way you could say it was almost like a security guard with the shoplifter, wasn't it?
It's a Cuomo, and Brentford, well, overplaying a little bit in dangerous areas, and the ball eventually breaks to Tavernier. Now here is McCoody, out towards Howson, chance for Howson to cross it into the box. It doesn't beat Rico Henry. Back comes Watkins to get a challenge, and he just bounces off McCoody. And here's Fry, right on the halfway line, back to McCoody again. You can see Watkins is just thinking, if I could just nick the ball away from you. McNair, crossfield, he's going to take one bounce, and Johnson did well to keep it in play, which he did fairly, and he's played across, and here's a chance, a good shot comes in, but Raya was well positioned, and Marcus Tavernier thought he may have got Middlesbrough back on level terms, but he got good contact with it.
That's where Raya's so important.
He's so well positioned. It was like the point-blank shot from Graben in the last game.
Soft arms and hands, so even on the bounce back, didn't hit the chest, hit the arms, cushion blow straight at Raya, and he could pick up the rebound. Good goalkeeping. It's really tough when you don't get called upon very often, and Raya so often this season, one save really does pivot to win a game, especially when we're 1-0 up. That's the chance to go 1-1, and then Brentford more often than not manage to get 2 goals in front.
Plays with a lot of confidence as well, which always makes your defenders comfortable.
Middlesbrough get a free kick with 34 minutes into the game, right on the halfway line. Stoke have taken the lead against Charlton in the battle more at the bottom. But, no other goals to talk about. Big game at the City Ground later tonight, 5:30. And of course, Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. Here's Fry towards Wing. Wing closed down quickly by Norgard, but Wing did well to get it out to the far side. Rico Henry slips. Howson plays it inside. Here's Tavernier again, plays it across. Might have been better having to go himself. And it's cleared upfield towards Watkins. Watkins with Makuda. Makuda once again. He's starting to get a little bit frustrated out there, Mick.
Yeah, I think Makuda he's a really kind of large central defender, strong, tough, and quick. And Ollie's, you know, he's in a real battle here, and he's not getting anything from the referee, so he's going to have to kind of give a little bit back, Mark, I think.
Yeah, he's been impressive, Makuda. And Buemo takes down Fulton on this near side. He's been the most impressive centre-half I've seen in just 35 minutes since Willy Bowley of Wolverhampton Wanderers, to meet that description of someone who's quick, powerful, and you often end up bouncing off.
It was just that first 5 minutes. He was in a foot race with Ollie Watkins, and usually Ollie powers away, and he didn't at all. He didn't make any kind of difference in it at all. And he's strong, he's built. You know, he's very well built for a central defender. So, I mean, it's a tough battle. It's a really good battle as well, Mark.
So, free kick for Middlesbrough on this near side, halfway inside the Brentford half. This one's floated to the far post. It's off the back of the head, I think, of Dale Fry in the end. So it will be a Brentford goal kick. 36 minutes gone. Brentford 1. Middlesbrough 0, but Middlesbrough holding their own, whereas Brentford looked as if they were looking to get that second goal quickly and possibly put themselves in an unassailable position. But it hasn't come. They've played their way back into the game, had a couple of half chances themselves.
Yeah, I think Thomas Frank will be very happy with this. Like I say, we're playing, we're making chances, we're moving the ball pretty well.
Nice ball forward by Norgard. Here is Watkins, chests it down nicely. Nice ball across field to De Silva. A lot of space for De Silva. Out towards Benrahma. Benrahma going to take on Howson. He'll step over, but Howson has just stood his ground.
Good defending, Mark. Yeah. Good defending. Watch the ball.
Just trying to be a little bit too clever that time, Benrahma.
Never took his eyes off the ball, Howson. Benrahma with the step overs. He just stood firm. Good defending.
Experienced player. Here's Jean-Vier. Inside to Watkins. First time ball back to Norgard, who tries to switch play over to the far side. Comes off to Silva, but Silva's a little bit slow to react to the second ball. Howson comes forward and he's just caught there by Norgard in the centre. And the referee just saying to Norgard, just calm it down. It's a couple of fouls now from Norgard.
Yeah, it's fair enough by the referee.
Yeah,
it's good refereeing.
It's good refereeing that time. Might have missed a couple, but seems to have got that one right. There's Fry. That's the turn. Goes all the way back to Lindsay Pearce. All of a sudden, that wind which was getting up earlier, Mick, seems to have died
yeah, just sun's gone in, and like I said, it's just come a little bit calm just before half time.
Play the ball forward, picked up by George Saville in the centre. Once again, Paddy McNair steps forward from the centre whenever he can. He's playing a little bit further forward now. We're looking to get their way back into this game and level up before half-time. Rico Henry on the far side. De Silva facing his own goal. Out towards Raya. Raya doesn't get it too far upfield. Brentford overplaying a little bit at the back. And Saville wide again. Ball down the line. Here's Tavernier. Chance to cross it into the box. Holds it back up now. It's Howson across the deck, and it's played away for a corner by Rico Henry. And Brentford have a little bit guilty of overplaying it.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a good wake-up for Brentford. Here you are 6 minutes before the break and just overplaying. This is an important part of the game. You want to go in 1-0 up. And like I say, you've got to hold firm. So Brentford defence here, got to be very sharp. Middlesbrough corner.
Going to be taken on that far side. The Bremer Road side. Up goes the right arm. This is swung into the near post. De Silva heads it away. Benrahma gets that under control, and now Brentford are breaking forward. Would he play a first-time ball up to Mbeumo? No, he's still got possession. Is Mbeumo again? He looks as if he was taken down, and the referee agrees, and there's a foul there, that time by Hayden Coulson.
That could have been a yellow card, Mark, because that was premeditated. Stop the attack. Took a little bit of Mbeumo as well. I think the referee was lenient there. That could have easily been a yellow card. Cynical tackle.
You could see it coming.
Yeah. It's just got to stop the attack.
So this free kick is about 25 yards in from the touchline, almost halfway inside the Middlesbrough half. Dalsgaard's peeled away right to the edge of the penalty area on this right-hand side. there's quite a number of players right on the edge of the area, including Jean-Pierre Pinnock, Ben Rama as well. Will Jensen have in his locker here? Once again, De Silva feigns to take it. It's a flat one into the box. Jean-Pierre was just crouching to try and flick it on. It's cleared by Middlesbrough. Well done, Christian Norgard. Now here's Mbuemo charging forward, and Mbuemo will go for goal himself, and it ends up in the top tier of the Middlesbrough fans behind the goal. He's had a good half, but that wasn't his best effort.
No, he just got underneath it. You could see exactly what he was doing. It's the Mbuemo coming off the right wing, and it's just curl it. Usually he curls it, but the defender was a little bit too near, so he got right underneath it, put his laces through it, and straight into the Wendy house.
Perhaps Dalsgaard on the A, that would have been a better option.
He did apologise. When Mbuemo looked at him and did apologise, so I think you're right, Matt, that was the better option at the time.
Ball played for by Pears. Good strong header by Pinnock. De Silva under that one. It breaks to Howson, flicks it on down the right-hand side, but Pinnock is there, strong again. Saville unchallenged. So Brentford a little bit slower to the ball at times now. Saville again out to the right-hand side. McNair. Good play by Ben Rama, wins it back nicely, and then De Silva puts it back in the path of Ben Rama. Inside the Middlesbrough half, he's got De Silva on the overlap, plays it to De Silva. De Silva in space, got time to cross it into the box. It hits Saville and goes behind for a corner. Ben Rama saying he was taken out along the way. A few of the boys and girls in the paddock just saying to the referee, how did you miss that one? But we'll take a corner.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of, should we say, Middlesbrough stopping the runs by running across players. Ben Rama got stopped and put on the seat of his pants there. The paddock was kind of gently reminding the referee what was going on.
So, right in front of the tunnel this time. Sorry if you picked up some industrial language there in the background. It wasn't us, I can assure you. Here's Ben Rama. Ben Rama crosses it to the far post, and that's too far over the head of Dalsgaard on this right-hand side. Hope our blind and partially sighted fans are enjoying the game this afternoon over there on the far side, and we know that Andy Godfrey is here in hospitality today with the lovely Rhian, who's up from West Wales.
He was my teacher.
Was it?
Yeah.
Andy Godfrey was your teacher?
He was my teacher at Matthew Arnold School in Staines, yeah.
My days. That's another one I'll have a report on you later. There's a few Brentford supporters here I know things about.
I'm surprised if he remembers me.
Ball played forward there by Middlesbrough. It's a foul going Brentford's way this time. There are, Andy, everybody knows you. There's no getting away from you, is there?
He used to run the B team and just shout out, go on you bees. It all makes perfect sense.
Used to teach Dave Lane and Ian Townsend from the press room as well. Oh, well done, Mbuemo, coming back to win that one. And fires a great crossfield ball out to Ben Rama, who can take it down nicely. Ben Rama trying a little 1-2 with De Silva. De Silva switching, spins. Got Rico Henry there. Henry back to Ben Rama again. Trying to look to get a shot in. Here's Jensen, lovely back heel. Ben Rama tries to play a ball down the centre that time. All looks a little bit intricate and didn't come off. Good block by Norgard, and it's into the path of Rico Henry. Brentford will look to build again. De Silva down the left-hand side. Here is Rico Henry, level with the penalty area, plays it against Tavernier. Tavernier has got the ball under control, over by the corner flag on the far side. De Silva goes over to help him. Rico Henry's won it back, then looked as if he was pushed. And now here's De Silva. And De Silva,
yes, clever
play there. He played it against Johnny Howson in the end. And Johnny Howson was just trying to see the ball out for a goal kick. But De Silva said, I'm not having that. Played it against his foot and gets the corner, and can Brentford get a dividend from that hard work of De Silva.
Clever play when Henry and De Silva there, very tight spaces between them and just moving the ball about. But De Silva, very smart, and Howson shielding the ball out, just got his telescopic leg round, just played it against Howson, and we have a corner.
Starting positions is a bit strange. We're all pretty much in the 6-yard box as close to the keeper you can get.
Yeah, there's the bus queue again. It's played away from that line of players. Here's Rico Henry, plays it back into the box. 1 additional minute at the end of this first half. Ollie Watkins then collides with the goalkeeper Pears. Pears rolls it down the centre in the end to George Saville. George Saville gets out as quickly because he saw Ollie Watkins coming to him, but there was a foul there by Dalsgaard. The referee just saying, look, I know you're the skipper. There's been 1 or 2, and I like Dalsgaard just got
high five.
High five off the referee. So it was more like a low
five, because that'd be slightly unprofessional, wouldn't it? A high five in a referee.
Exactly. I think the referee sort of, well, I'm touching him, but don't do that again. I'm not meant to show any warmth towards you. I'm meant to be impartial. It's one you had to see, but it was quite amusing. Here's McNair with the free kick, just inside the Brentford half. It's floated to the edge of the box. Dalsgaard's under this. Powerful header by Pinnock. Flies through the air, towers above everyone, and gets it out for a throw about 10 yards from the halfway line. That is the half-time whistle. It's Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 0. Julien Jonvier just about with his first goal of the season. It doesn't matter. The whole of the ball was over the line, may have been by a millimetre, but the referee pointed to his watch. Brentford had got the lead. A couple of the Middlesbrough players surrounded the ref, unhappy with matters. McCoody, cheekily, one of them. Not sure what that's all about, but Brentford go into the break with a rare advantage at Griffith Park against Middlesbrough, and they'll be looking to go on and make sure they get the points in the second half. Well, we should be set to go in a second. Peter Gillam is just making sure that everybody is making their way off the pitch ready for this second half. It should be an interesting one.
Just with a cup of tea.
Gillam's up for it. Is he ever anything but? High five with Busby on the far side. He's learned that off the referee and Dalsgaard in the first half. As Saville goes out to the far side, Dalsgaard just lets the ball bounce. So he's going to have to deal with it. Turns, swivels, plays it up onto the roof. He's going to stay up on the roof. New balls, please. Fourth official this afternoon is straight on that, Mr. Hicks. Look at that. Great delivery there from Ben Rama. Even the ball across the pitch. just drops it onto his foot, hits it with a little bit of swerve. Killed nicely by George Saville. Middlesbrough get the throw. Here's Paddy McNair. Paddy McNair breaking into the box. Good challenge in the end by Dalsgaard. Just kept his position. It's played out to this left-hand side for Watkins. Watkins, no chance of getting to that one. There's McCoody making himself available. Pears might have the sun in his eyes for the first part of the second half. Ball holds up in the wind there a little bit. Saville cross to Fry.
He does look huge, doesn't he?
He does. He looks a beast. So Watkins working hard, just chasing down Fry. Here's Saville just inside Brentford half. Back to McCoody on the ball. Ball out towards the experienced Johnny Howson on this right-hand side. Inside to Tavernier. Who, of course, his brother, James, is captain of Rangers up in Scotland. Football family there. There's Fry across field to Paddy McNair, who drops deep this time. Shielding the sun from his eyes, puts his arms up to make sure he sees where he's going. Dalsgaard, nice little ball with the outside of his boot for Buemo to run onto, but of course not read that well.
Brentford would be quite happy with this, Mark. Middlesbrough just playing it amounts the back, then trying to make something coming forward, but it's just an aerial ball that's just launched. So Middlesbrough are halfway there between playing, but they're not playing between the lines at all.
There's Coulson being forced back. And in the end, there's a back pass to Finn. Look at the ball bouncing across the penalty area there. He's done well there, Pears. Gets good purchase. Up goes Rico Henry. Good, powerful header back. It's intercepted by Jensen. He tried a backheel to Norgard, which didn't come off. Here's Tavernier. Nice ball out to the far side. And Johnson, will he get to that? He does. Keeps the ball in play. Looks to take on Dalsgaard. Feigns to switch feet. Good ball into the box. Norgard on the stretch. Gets the ball upfield, but only at 20 yards. And header pretty well straight up in the air from Saville. But the next one comes out to Johnson. Johnson crosses it into the box. And Ryan! Oh, it's hit the bar! And it's cleared, and chance, the shot comes back in, and the goal scorer, Janvier, has got that upfield off his knee. Here comes Benrahma. Benrahma to Mbeumo. Mbeumo, will it break towards Watkins? It will. Watkins fires it across to Benrahma. He couldn't control it that time. Well, Raya so nearly caught out there by the cross that was whipped in. Here's De Silva on his left foot, threads it through to Jensen. Jensen then wide to Rico Henry, and crosses it into the box. So it's headed behind by Coulson. Wasn't the best cross thread from Rico that time. But let's go back to that cross shot really from Johnson into the box. Raya, you could see, he suddenly realised he was in trouble. And it's just, it's almost a combination of the post and the bar.
Very lucky there. David Raya got his angles completely wrong. He got right underneath it, and then it just kind of drifted on past him. He was nowhere near it, and like I say, just fortune favouring David Raya there, because that was post and, as you say, crossbar and post, and back out again. George Saville had a follow-up. Good save by Janvier.
Turned into a counter though.
It turned into a very good counter-attack that Brentford perhaps should have finished off. Here's Jensen, floats it, and De Silva will pick it up on this far side. He's got to play at it. Actually, that then came last off Tavernier, so it will be a corner on this near side. De Silva says, shall I take this one? Jensen says, no, leave it to me.
So it was a bit of a wake-up call there, Mark. I don't think anybody was expecting it. It was just a harmless kind of crossing by Tavernier, and whether the wind got it or Raya just misjudged it, but it's kind of just giving people a wake-up call. Yeah, he definitely judged it. Got right underneath it.
So this corner on this new road side. This one's dipping into the box, and it's cleared by it's Mbeumo in the end. You've got the last flick to the far side, and it's gone behind for a goal kick in the end. So end-to-end stuff. We're into the 50th minute, and Brentford a little bit fortunate to still be one ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I think that just came out the blue, and I just think that resets the focus. Brentford would say, here we are, you know, just the one goal in front. We were quite comfortable, but that's the kind of thing. Anything can happen in a 5-second passage of play that really out of nothing at all. There was no Middlesbrough player anywhere near the ball. Just an aimless cross, and that could have drifted straight into the net.
Goes Rico Henry on this left-hand side. Here is Ashley Fletcher. Well done, Rico Henry. Brings the ball forward. Not got too many options. Tried to find Watkins, but Saville got a block in. Henry takes the throws. Benrahma. 3 players around Benrahma. And Brentford bring the ball away somehow. Jensen to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard, first time ball, fires it through to De Silva. De Silva out towards Mbeumo. Mbeumo showing that electric turn of pace to get away from his man. Then he turns and plays it back out to De Silva. Dalsgaard on the overlap. Here's De Silva on his left foot. Jensen back to De Silva again, and De Silva couldn't quite take it in his stride. Brentford close to creating that second goal there. Here's Mbeumo again. Down the right-hand side to De Silva, who's onside. Drops a shoulder into the box, goes for a far corner, not far away himself that time. Hasn't scored since the Luton game. He's stuck on 6 goals this season. That wasn't far away from being number 7.
Oh, that was much better by De Silva. He just dropped that shoulder. He just come inside. And you knew what he was trying to do, but he just couldn't curl it too far round. But good signs by Brentford. Nice interception by Janvier to get that attack moving again. Janvier's having a good game at the back today.
Janvier and Rico Henry both impressive. At the back. Pinnock doesn't miss much, does he, when the ball's in the air, and he's going up for this one. Calls and
there you go, Mark.
Once again, right on cue. McCurdy with the next one. Ashley Fletcher off his knee and a little nutmeg that time. And Norgard, well, that's his third foul. The referee might be clocking these ones up. It's a free kick for Howson. A yard in from the touchline. He's going to leave this one for George Saville to play into the box. Saville looks for the instruction from Woodgate. And Paddy McNair will be the one who takes it. Tavernier saying, no, it's not my side. This is one for you. So it will be McNair. It's a run down the right-hand side by Johnson. Here goes McNair now. It's whipped in, and Rico Henry clears it. Only as far as Tavernier. Nice ball around the back here for Johnson. Wraps his foot around it. Can't keep the ball in play. It's gone out on the far side, and it will be a goal kick.
So good start by Middlesbrough, second half mark. They've kind of come out and they're beginning to Tavernier on the left and Johnson on the right. They're kind of feeding the wings to try and make something happen.
Here's Watkins down the line for Mbeumo. Look at the pace of Mbeumo. He's looking to pick someone out into the box and he couldn't find Benrahma. Jensen was trying to come in a little bit late and Jensen's nearly got his foot in there and Norgard flew in again, nearly took the ball back off Howson. Good block, Rico Henry. And then he's played it out to Benrahma. Benrahma has got Panning McNair to take on. Benrahma floats the ball into the box. It gets caught in the feet of Makudi and a few people appeal for handball. It was never handball there. In goes Norgard again with a challenge and it's going to be a Middlesbrough throw. You just feel another goal's coming from either team very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely.
It's teetering, isn't it?
Yes.
It's going one way and the other and you just don't know which one it's going to go to.
Here's Rico Henry up to Watkins. Lovely spin pass by Watkins to Benrahma. It's just to hold this up and come a little bit deep. Dalsgaard saying I'm free on this far side if you can switch play. Pinnock
Good work.
just about gets enough of that one. That could have gone badly wrong on this surface. And there's Raya. Raya tries to find a Mbeumo on the far side. Powerful header comes in on the far side by young Hayden Coulson. Middlesbrough very, very much in this game still. And if you are just joining us late after a half-time break, they did hit the post in the first few minutes. Hit the sort of post and crossbar right on the edge, really.
Right,
It deceived David Raya. And a chance for Janvier to clear this one upfield. Just floats the ball up towards Watkins. Watkins, nice little touchback and gets the second ball too. Here's Jensen. Jensen, nearly found Benrahma around the back of Howson. Howson did brilliantly there.
Had a good game.
He's been excellent this season for Middlesbrough by all accounts. He's having a good game here today. Here he is on the ball again. Switching play out to this right-hand side. Tavernier beats Jensen. Plays it to the far side. Taken down there by Johnson. Good ball back into the box. Janvier heads it away. And De Silva is a little bit too slow to go for that one. And Johnson again. Infield. Here's Coulson. Coulson down to the byline, chance for him to cross it. Dalsgaard gets a good block and it's gone behind for a Middlesbrough corner.
I think Mbeumo just saying to De Silva there, you just backed out the challenge, allowed Middlesbrough to win the ball and get the corner, and that's the kind of thing Norgard's been flying in like thunder in all these tackles, and De Silva just saw himself getting clattered there and he just pulled out, but Middlesbrough won the ball and got a corner as a result.
Yeah, right in front of the tunnel. We've got 55 minutes gone on the clock. It's still Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 0. Goal halfway through the first half from Janvier. Here comes the corner. This one's whipped in and it's headed high up in the air. Mbeumo's back there defending. Lobbed back in by Middlesbrough. Shot comes in and it's straight at Raya. Well, that was Lewis Wing there. Didn't really get enough power on it. And Raya caught it, got out of control really at the second attempt. But once again, his positioning was excellent.
Yeah, straight at him, but there's an art to being in the right place at the right time, and Raya's positioning is never much at all.
Here's
Watkins. Watkins looking to run into the box. Couldn't try to find Mbeumo. Dalsgaard, quick throw to De Silva. De Silva now level with a penalty. He's got Mbeumo available, but keeps the ball himself. Just drops the shoulder, then plays it back to Mbeumo. Mbeumo gets his skipper Dalsgaard. Cute ball inside to Norgard. Then Norgard fires it wide to Mbeumo. Short pass to De Silva out onto the wing. De Silva looking to get it down to the byline. Drills across it. It's easily cleared by Middlesbrough. Retrieved by Norgard. Mbeumo gets it stuck under his feet. Goes to deck. Appeals for a foul. Nothing given. Don't think it was either. Here's Saville coming forward now for Middlesbrough, just inside the Brentford half. He makes a good run to get onto the next ball down the line, but Norgard, he had to put on the accelerator there to get to that, put a challenge in, and it's out for a throw. But here is Wing. Wing's got a good shot on him. Goes for goal! Oh, he scored! In off the post! It's been coming! And Middlesbrough get the equaliser on 56 minutes.
Just got caught out on the right-hand side there. Norgard had to make the tackle, but by making the tackle, it was just a little bit light in midfield, and Lewis Wing, as Mark called it, he is deadly from about 25 yards, and we just laid off him, and nobody could close him down, and a shot 25 yards in off the post, and Borough are level. Brentford 1, Middlesbrough 1.
Yeah, Brentford, and it's Ben Rama out there at the moment, just going round to the players and saying, come on, let's step it up again. And Middlesbrough have been a better side in this second half. No surprise they've got back on level terms, and Lewis Wing, the youngster who came from non-league, we know he can shoot. He's deadly from about 20-30 yards out. They afforded him a little bit of space. He was close to scoring just a few minutes ago. At that time, he's got his reward in off the post, and it's 1-1. Not something Brentford are comfortable with, going back on level terms after taking the lead. Brentford need to step it up. Here's Mbuemo coming forward, and he gets a foul that time.
And that's the key, Mark. You know, we were talking about the championship and how your levels are. I mean, at half-time, Thomas Frank will be very happy they've been playing. First 15 minutes, nowhere near the levels we were in the first half. You drop off and you play a 5 out of 10 half, you are going to get punished. And Middlesbrough have gone up a level this second half, and there has been a response from Woodgate. And as we said at half-time, really in this game at the moment.
De Silva, the man who will probably take this free kick with his left foot. No, he's run over it again. Jensen once more. It's a flat one. Doesn't beat the first man, who was Tavernier. And it's Jensen headed out to the far side. De Silva onto the ball. Brentford will get a throw. It's the Middlesbrough fans away to our right. The goal was scored, of course, straight in front of them. They are in good voice. Well, we did say it looked like a goal could be coming. You didn't know which way it was going to be.
Exactly right, Mark.
And it's gone to Middlesbrough. Brentford fans doing their bit to raise the team again. Here's Downsgard. They've got to go and win the game again. Ball into the box. And Mbuemo with a shot. That's it! This is taking a deflection on its way through. And then Mbuemo's on 12 for the season. Unfortunate for Middlesbrough, but just what Brentford did. Straight back in the game. Now Brentford 2, Middlesbrough 1.
And that's our man Brian. He's played so well today. He raced onto that and he bulleted the shot. He got a deflection, and keeper Pears was going one way, couldn't react to the other, and the ball dribbled past. He got a deflected glove on it, and it dribbled over the line. But nobody cares. Brentford are back in front. Brentford 2, Borough 1.
Literally came out of nowhere, and that's again, it's about taking those chances. Just a half chance, have a shot, test the goalkeeper. Worked.
George Saville in the centre there. I think I could understand what came out of his mouth then, and he is so frustrated because he knows that the players were a little bit startled by Middlesbrough's leveller there, but now Brentford back in front and can look to go on and get the points. He really hit that Mbuemo, and it's an absolute rocket, but it's a deflection that beat Pears in the end, but it wouldn't have happened without the pace on it in the first place. Middlesbrough working hard down the right-hand side again. They've won a corner. Ben Rama back on defensive duties.
Cracking game, Mark. This is really boiling now. This is really bubbling well.
End-to-end stuff.
Borough are playing their part as well.
Absolutely they are. Colston, the only man back. Here comes the corner, straight to the far post, and Raya gets under control, and Brentford are on the break quickly. Here's Mbuemo. He's looking for troops. Downsgard's on his right. And Mbuemo can't get past Colston, and now Middlesbrough come forward, and Downsgard will just be thinking, I've run 60 yards there, and look, I'm out of position. Here's Rico Henry's got the ball caught under his feet in the box. He just has to turn and play it away for a corner, but if Brentford could have broken them, Mbuemo, he could have found Downsgard. Downsgard's in right round the defence, and he would have been in on goal. Not to be. And as it is, Borough go up the other end, and then they create a chance of their own. Here's Wing, the goal scorer. Ball into the near post, and Pinnock back there defending. Jean-Vier said, I'm not taking any chances here. Heads it behind for yet another Middlesbrough corner. It is an absolute cracker of a game here we've got in our hands. 62
minutes gone, and it's really going up a notch here. Borough are really going for it again. They're going for the immediate response. Sombalonga's going to be coming on as well.
Yeah.
So Borough are throwing the dice at this.
They're bringing off Marvin Johnson, who's had a good game for them this afternoon. And Sombalonga is coming on the Congolese international.
These are the sort of games where they really show your mettle and your promotion credentials. This is a real good test, Mark. They're 18th in the league, but they're not playing like 18th in the league.
Here comes the corner on this new road side to the near post. Oh, there's an equaliser! And it's Ashley Fletcher with it, 2-2.
Yeah, set piece. Ashley Fletcher right in front of Raya's nose, but there was the delivery was really tight. Referees querying something.
Raya's asking for something.
Well, the referee is coming over here to talk to his linesman, but I'm not so sure they're going to chalk the goal off. Or is he not? No, he's not. He's just getting, he looks as if he was coming over here. But the linesman's just saying to him, no, it's fine, that was a goal.
Yeah, it was a fine delivery. It was right under Raya's nose, but Ashley Fletcher, great header. It was powered in, no chance at all. It was all about the delivery on the corner. It was right onto Fletcher's plate. He was there, knocked it straight in. We're back at 2-2.
2-2, 63 minutes gone.
Let's see how the reaction is.
Well, they've won the game once, they've won the game twice. They've now got to go and win it a third time.
Not many sides scored 2 against Brentford up at Griffin Park.
And how different it could have been, that whole passage of play, if Mbeumo gets the ball through Dalsgaard. That doesn't then develop. Ifs and buts and maybes. Dalsgaard throws it, looking for Watkins, who's been quiet this afternoon. Here's Jensen battling, good skills from Jensen, but Saville's just a little bit too strong in the end now. Oh, Norgard had a little nibble there at Saville. Saville's done well to ride the challenge. They're going to win this one now, and here he's Wing in the box again. He's going to break in, another chance for Fletcher, he's put it over! Just 8 yards out, and he's put it over the bar. The flag has gone up, it wouldn't have counted, but he didn't know that, and the Brentford defence didn't. Now come Brentford forward. De Silva charging down the right-hand side. He's got Mbeumo available. Here is Mbeumo. Mbeumo drops the shoulder down to the byline, crosses it into the box. Oh, it's nearly come to Ben Rama. Rico Henry, can he get to the next ball? No, he's been to by Tavernier. This is a thrilling game of football. Here's Jensen, chance for him to cross it. Oh, it's not the best ball, but it beats the first man. Here is Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard trying to play it out to De Silva. De Silva does well to get there first and get back in front of Wing. It's now back with David Ray. I think the Middlesbrough fans are enjoying this as well. Cracking game of football. Plenty of time left, Mick.
Yeah, you couldn't call a winner out of this one today, Mark. You really couldn't. Middlesbrough really come to the party here. They want to go toe-to-toe with us and are doing very, very well. So, like I said, who's going to blink first here?
Here's ball out to the far side. It's headed infield. And now Dalsgaard. Oh, Dalsgaard's done well, and McNair slipped over as well. This allows Dalsgaard to make a run through the centre. Here's De Silva. He's got Mbeumo on his right. Dips infield on that left foot. Oh dear, that's still going down the Ealing Road. That's over the ground, over the stand, and at some pace as well.
I reckon that's on the Great West Road.
I think it's in Gunnersbury Park. Dear, oh dear.
I think that's going down towards Lionel Road.
Yeah, that wasn't his best. It wasn't his best. Kevin O'Connor having a chat with the fourth official. We've come to see that quite a lot this season already, but great entertainment here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. What I'm enjoying is just how quickly the counters are coming as well on both sides.
I hope your audience is going to be as engaging as this game is tonight. Ball played downfield by Pears. Pennant goes up for this one, comes to Norgard. Great quick feed by Norgard, and then by Jensen and De Silva showing good strength. He gets away from Wing, plays the good ball into the path of Mbeumo, into the penalty area, played across. He's looking for Watkins. Watkins disappointed he didn't pick his man out. Brian Mbeumo will know he could have done a little bit better there, Mick Cavell.
Yeah, that was it. I thought Mbeumo was going to come back in on his left. Like I said, it was 1 against 1 on there, but he just went for the quick cross. Great move by Norgard and Jensen just to mix it up in the centre. Got De Silva away, but got Mbeumo an overlap. Really good play by Brentford.
Pinnock on that challenge. That means the ball came off Tavernier last, and it will be a Brentford throw, which Rico Henry takes to Norgard. Norgard does well on the stretch out to Ben Rama. Ben Rama, two players around him with great steals to get away, and then he's been pulled back by Tavernier, who will definitely go in the book there. He does indeed get a yellow card when the referee, Mr. Banks.
Lovely bit of play by Ben Rama. He's just there, and he just goes through the sliding doors of two defenders there. Like I say, it was a bit Gwyneth Paltrow, wasn't it, the challenge?
Such excellent feet, though, isn't he, Ben Rama? It's just so delicate. You can see what they're going to do.
It's going to be a free kick. It's about halfway inside the Middlesbrough half, 15 yards in from the touchline.
Really good delivery here.
No doubt we're going to see De Silva run over it. Jensen try and whip it in past Ollie Watkins, looking for Ben Rama to run onto. No, in fact, this time it is De Silva. He doesn't beat the first man. Up goes Jensen with a header. De Silva, will he get there first? Waiting for a crunching challenge, but it's Johnny Howson who brings it away. Johnny Howson inside the Brentford half, chips it over to Sombalonga, but Dalsgaard's there first. Norgard managed to clear it, but a good touch there by Ashley Fletcher, the man who got them back on level terms. Here's Coulson. Oh, good block there by Mbuemo. Breaks to Watkins, back to Mbuemo again. 3 against 5 though. Middlesbrough got plenty of numbers back. Watkins trying to link up. It looks as if he was brought down, nothing given. And Mbuemo, well, he's just taken the heels of Paddy McNair, and he will get the decision that time.
Yeah, Watkins getting no joy at all. Like I say, he's coming a bit dispirited. He's looking for the challenges. He's looking for the protection. Referee's been pretty consistent, giving him nothing all game at all. Mbuemo decided to take McNair out. So Middlesbrough's free kick.
It would be so Ollie Watkins to get the winner in this game.
That would be nice.
Now 2-0s don't look too good now, chaps, I must say.
Yeah.
Game's gone helter-skelter, Mark, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we have at least gone a few minutes without a goal now. Here's De Silva trying to just drift inside. Good block by Middlesbrough. It's a fascinating game because as good as Brentford are, possibly a little bit better technically, you wouldn't put it past Middlesbrough to go and really cause a shock here this afternoon. They haven't played well. Here's Raya, gets the ball under control. Sombalonga, a different option now with his pace up front. But Brentford work it well, and now there's a lot of space for Norgard to come forward. He's looking for options right and left. He goes out to the right towards the Bremer Road side to De Silva. 10 yards inside the Middlesbrough half. Dalsgaard once more, coming forward. Out on that right-hand side is De Silva. Takes one touch, going to take up Coulson. Off on his left foot, inside to Mbuemo. Mbuemo didn't really know what to do with that. And before he made his mind up, the ball had gone past him. Now Sombalonga, oh, well done, Champier. He had to win that one as they were breaking through there. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now here's Ben Rama on the left. Going to take on Howson. Ben Rama down the left-hand side. Tries to, well, float it to the far post. And just a little shimmy he put in there at the end. It didn't wrap his foot around it. Just hit it a little bit too square and straight. It just drifted away and behind. The wind is starting to get up here. But still a beautiful day. Blue skies, just a few clouds on the horizon now. And 19 minutes left of normal time of this enthralling contest. 2-2. Remember, Brentford haven't won against Middlesbrough at Griffin Park since 1938. Bees fans would love that dearly to change here this afternoon. Fletcher against Pinnock. Breaks to Rico Henry. Howson with a powerful header. Rico Henry again. Plays it against Ashley Fletcher. Ashley Fletcher was very highly regarded at Manchester United as a youngster. He was well ahead of Marcus Rashford in the pecking order, but hasn't really kicked on. But he's had a good last 2 months in his career, and he's got the equaliser for the second one this afternoon. And there's a good challenge there again by Jean-Pierre. He gets a foul as well.
Jean-Pierre doing really well here. He's making these challenges that have to be made, and like I said, he's made 2 there in the space of the last 2 minutes where they really need to be made. He's committed 100% to everything. Really good display.
Definitely kept us in it in the last counter-attack.
Well, that's interesting. Jensen is coming off. We've got Mark Condis who will give us a little bit more energy. He's also a great man for set pieces as well. Jensen looks disappointed. Big hug with his fellow Dane, Emiliano Marcondes.
I think that's fair enough. Jensen has just been kind of pulling up a little bit lame to me, Mark, just as we were running back there, just kind of feeling his kind of thigh. So I think Thomas Frank's done the right thing there. You don't want,
Tuesday, not going to take any chances.
Anybody there kind of, like I said, less than 100%.
Janvier fires a ball out towards Buemo, who was on the stretch there. Now is Saville. Nice ball forward by Saville, but Raya will just allow that to come into his area. And look at that. Throws that straight out to Rico Henry. Rico Henry back to Pinnock. Back to Raya once more. Passes it through the centre to Norgard. Norgard, head down, coming forward. Dalsgaard's on his right. Buemo's on his right. He finds Buemo. Dalsgaard on the overlap, who he now finds. Dalsgaard crosses it into the box to the far. Oh, well, Johnny Howson did really well there. He could have headed it behind for a corner. Instead, he flicked it off the back of his head, and it'll just be a throw-in instead. Rico Henry to Marcondes, down the line, back to Marcondes, chance to cross, he's whipped a ball in, it's a good cross. It's cleared away by Middlesbrough and then helped on. Now here's Pinnock. Pinnock to Rico Henry. Henry out to Marcondes once more. Marcondes chance to cross this one, but he drifts it field instead. Oh, it's not the best ball in the air, but it's off the foot of Saville, up in the air, and caught by the goalkeeper. I remember when the back pass rule first came out, that would have been given as a back pass. You'd have a free kick 4 yards out. It was ridiculous, wasn't it? He's taking his time over this delivery now. Pears, who was unfortunate with that second goal this afternoon, that's for sure. There's Howson. Balls played back out to Howson on this near side. Brentford pressing high, looking to win the ball back. Pinnock's misjudged that, but those long legs of his has got himself out of trouble. Just managed to get it back to Raya. Here's Watkins looking to spin himself. And Brentford are waiting here for another change from Middlesbrough's Nemecha comes on. And off comes Tavernier. So the man on loan from Manchester City will give them a little bit more energy in the midfield. Here is Pinnock. Turns. And looks to go across field, but doesn't beat Nemecha. But De Silva wins the next ball. Good work there by Josh. There's Dalsgaard. We're into the 76th minute now. Dalsgaard, head down. Ball out towards De Silva on the far side. Buemo down to the byline, looks to spin, gets goal side, crosses it into the box. Watkins looking for it. It breaks to Benrahma just outside the penalty area now. Benrahma looking to turn one way then the other. Two players round him still with it. Good trick. And another backheel nutmeg. Here's Rico Henry. Oh, Rico Henry's fouled there by Johnny Howson. But that from Benrahma. That's another one for the showreel, Mick. Absolute magic. Absolute magic.
He's just got the ball at his feet, isn't he? It's just, when it is, it's got a little bit of stardust on them laces, and it just lights up Griffin Park.
That's another backheel nutmeg, though, to add to his back catalogue. Impressive skill. Marcondes will take this one, and he's just saying to everyone, get a little bit further in on the goalkeeper.
I think he may be actually looking for that top corner mark, and if anything gets a nod on, it's just going for goal, and hopefully someone gets a flick on it.
This would be a time to score your first league goal, Emiliano. Up goes the left arm of De Silva, but Marcondes he's gone for the far corner, it's just passed. Literally inches past that far post. The ball was dipping, and Perez didn't even see it.
Well, we called it, and Marcondes just said to everyone, why didn't you run in on it? That was the whole idea, try and get as near to it as possible and just get a little flick on it. It was very, very close, but it did need somebody on the end of it.
Great delivery. In at pace and dipping, and no chance for the keeper. Janvier has just misjudged that one. The ball's played forward. Here's Raya, just gets ahead of Sombalonga, and he rolls it out underarm right to the feet of Dalsgaard. Head forward, game a little bit stretched now. Here's De Silva on the right-hand side, just inside the Birmingham half. Shows good pace to get away from Lemaitre, good skills to retain possession. Then back to Dalsgaard. Benrahma looking for the ball on this near side. Here's Norgard back into the feet of Mbuemo. Mbuemo on his left foot. Oh, he should have gone for goal himself, and he's tried to find Benrahma, but only picked up Johnny Howson. But you would have thought from there, Mickey's got to pull the trigger. Well done, Marcondes. Marcondes wins it back coming forward. But good work there by Hassan Balonga coming back. But when Mbuemo went through there, you're thinking on his left foot.
Yeah, you thought he's playing at pace and he's playing with strength, but he just thought he saw Benrahma just on the overlap on the left-hand side, but his pass just didn't have the pace. Found Johnny Howson, and it was just the chance was gone, but he just got opened up from Mbuemo.
I thought after his first goal that was bang on for the
yeah, exactly.
Strike, wasn't it?
He was in a better position that time than the goal that he did get. Good header there by someone in the...
it was a Pinnock-esque header.
It was a Pinnock-esque header. Great purchase on that. So throw for Middlesbrough on the far side, halfway inside the Brentford half. Here's Saville facing his own goal. Back to Coulson. Back into the path of Saville. He's gone back into his own half, and here's Benrahma closing down on the... he's cleared that in a bit of a panic as Makudi. But retain possession, wing down this right-hand side. Here's McNair. Chance for McNair to cross it. What a cross that is! And he's beaten Hassan Balonga, and then coming in at the far post, Ashley Fletcher was so near to giving Middlesbrough a 3-2 lead.
Oh, that was a cross. That was a dream of a cross. If it wasn't Hassan Balonga, it was Fletcher's. Hassan Balonga dived headlong, missed it by a few inches, and there was Fletcher diving in with the studs to try and put it in, and he missed it as well. But that was one of the best crosses of the game. Really good by McNair, getting to the byline and crossing with pace, and Brentford were really struggling to defend there.
Here's Jean-Pierre. Floats the ball down the right-hand side. It's headed away by Coulson. Norgard flicks it back towards Dalsgaard. Now Benrahma, who's moved across to the right-hand side. Infield is Marcondes. Marcondes looking for options, gets the ball out there to De Silva. De Silva, good skills down to the byline, needs a good delivery into the box, and he doesn't beat the first man. But he shows good strength, but Saville did equally well. And Saville just got his body in a way to win it back. Here's Jean-Pierre, chest it down, shows good strength and good vision. Moves Rico Henry a little bit further wide than he would have liked. Down the line to Watkins. Watkins has been quiet in this game, been well marshalled. Here is Watkins to Benrahma. Benrahma head down, and he's just nibbled there. This is Benrahma territory. Gets up quickly. That's my ball.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Benrahma. Watkins did well. They fed him in. He just got a yard in front of his man, who just clipped his heels, and Benrahma knew what to do there. Easy decision for Banks to make.
Dalsgaard's come over, and he's saying you should leave this to Marcondes. Benrahma said, what are you talking about? I want it, I take it.
Those are the rules.
Them's the rules.
He grabbed that ball with vigour as well,
yeah.
Wasn't letting that go.
Marcondes saying, are you sure you don't want me to have a go?
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to if you want to. Benrahma's going, this is mine.
This is mine, this is my stage, this is my time.
80 minutes, 2-2, Benrahma over the ball. This is his time and stage.
He's looking down at the ball, deep in concentration, 2 yards outside the penalty area, slightly on the left side. Over the wall, top left, Mick.
Has to be. It's got to be good. He's got to get it up and down quick. They're very tall in that wall.
Into minute 82, the referee blows his whistle. They are tall in that wall. What can you do? It's gone for the top corner. It's just over the bar. 6 inches over the bar. Excellent there for Benrahma. It's one he would have actually wished he was another couple of yards away.
Yeah, it was almost too close. It was kind of right on the D of the penalty area, and they're very tall in the wall, and you just have to get it up and down very, very quickly, which he nearly did. It just kind of was on the top of the net, but very good free kick, very good technique.
Now we're seeing Pears waste time. He's getting the boos, Aileen Roeder on it. But he's the referee on it. Referee having a chat with Saville at the moment. Pears goes long. Jean-Pierre and Hassan Balonga under this one. De Silva's racing back to win it. He's done well. Ball played out to Mbeumo, but it's picked up by Coulson. Well done, Dalsgaard wins the ball back for Brentford, charging forward the Brentford skipper. That's good running back there by Metcher to get a challenge in. Dalsgaard with a throw down the line to Mbeumo. Mbeumo infield to De Silva. De Silva across field to Rico Henry. Will he try a shot? Leaves it for Ben Rama instead. Ben Rama, little back heel to Mark Condis. Mark Condis down the line. Great football here. Can they pin him out? Oh, that was a big chance for Ben Rama. 12 yards out. Great cutback there. And Ben Rama's put it straight over the bar.
What a wonderful bit of play. Ben Rama into Marcondes. Marcondes slipped it into Rico's slipstring. Rico picked out Ben Rama right on the penalty spot, and Ben Rama straight over the top. That was the chance.
That was the big moment.
Just leaning back a bit.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it. And if you wanted a man to pick the goal out, Mick, you'd want him to go to Ben Rama.
Beautiful bit of play by Brentford. They made the chance. They cut Borough open. Just needed the finish.
There's Mark Condis, lovely football, lovely flick inside, and good defending there by McCoody. Needed to get a touch there, but well done, Josh De Silva. Fires it out to Mbeumo. Mbeumo down the line to De Silva. De Silva fires it across, too near the keeper. Ollie Watkins coming in, couldn't quite get a touch there. There's some great football. Brentford have woken up again.
Yeah, beginning to play, them overlaps are coming. Mbeumo saw Josh De Silva sprinting down there, and it was a first-time cross. You thought he's too near the keeper, but Watkins would just try to get in front of the keeper.
Pearce is taking his time here, and the Brentford crowd don't like this at all. Hence the boos in the background. Pinnock and Fletcher are wrestling match to try and win that ball there. Middlesbrough with the ball with Wing. Wing chips the ball into the box. Raya sprinted off his line and wants to get Brentford going again. Here's De Silva. De Silva sees Mbeumo on the right-hand side. Mbeumo looking to make the run. Here is Mbeumo. Looking to double up on him. Saville staying close to him as well as Coulson on the far side. Needs a good cross into the box. It's spilt and it cuts to Paddy McNair instead of Mark Condis. What can Ben Rama do? Ben Rama against Johnny House. Johnny House looking to let the ball run out. Doesn't have the pace, and now House can bring it away. Look at Asomba Longa at his arms all over Pinnock on this near side. Nothing given by the officials. And there's going to be another substitution here as Rudy Gestead looks to come on.
He literally was trying to take his shirt off there, Pinnock.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But Ashley Fletcher comes off, Rudy Gestead comes off. Like for like strikers. They even look very similar. Not sure you'd be able to pick them out. Here's Mark Condis showing good strength down this near side. Tries to play the inside. It does break Brentford's way in the end. And then Saville with a strong challenge. And the ball played down the line for the pace of Asomba Longa, and he was offside that time. And the referee's assistant on this near side gets some sarcastic cheers for putting his flag up. Can we get a winner, Mick?
Oh, of course. This is the game to win, Mark. This is a real one. Yeah. This would be like 4 points, not 3 today.
Here's Dalsgaard, infield to De Silva. De Silva to Watkins. Watkins spins out to the far side to Mbeumo. Brentford plenty of numbers in the boxes. Norgard wide. Norgard plays across. Big chances! Yes! Yes! Ollie Watkins is the man! 20 for the season for Ollie Watkins! He passes it into the back of the net. Great work by Christian Norgard. And Brentford look as if they may have got a late winner. It's Brentford 3, Middlesbrough 2.
That's the man, Christian Norgard. He was the one that was making that challenge. He got the ball back in. It falls to Ollie Watkins, been quiet all game. 86 minutes, not seen Watkins. He's our man on the spot, and he rifles it in. And it's Brentford 3, Middlesbrough 2.
Great positional play from Watkins, just hanging back. Didn't go with everyone that's running forward, just stepped back, took his time, looked up, found his spot. Superb, mate.
He wasn't going to miss from there. We were saying earlier in commentary. He hasn't done much, but it'll be so Ollie Watkins to get a late winner. Has he got the late winner? We're into the 88th minute.
This is the game, Mark. This is the one that kind of shapes your season. This is the kind of game where you're looking at it. It was going one way and another. You've got 5 good minutes now to hold out, the defence to be as strong and just play out. But this would be an absolute corker of a win.
Well, indeed. Brentford have got to concentrate hard. Dow's gone. Watkins is clattered in the back there by Dale Fry and gets the free kick. And when you saw that ball cut back to those orange boots, we thought, this is the man, this is the moment. And Ollie Watkins fired it into the back of the net. Low, no chance for the keeper. Griffin Park erupted. And I think you were pretty pleased, Matt, as well.
Yeah, sorry. I did jump quite high.
As ball, is that going to go behind the corner? No, they've just about... So you'd have needed some more of that moisturiser, I tell you, any more celebrations like that. Here's Howson, wing on this near side. Wing crosses into the box. Raya's got that one. Raya gets it under control, rolls it out to Mbeumo. Mbeumo infield to De Silva. De Silva back to Mbeumo, head down, charging forward. It's only Saville to beat. In the box is Ollie Watkins, just holds it up on Mbeumo. We're into minute 89. Short to De Silva. De Silva into Mark Condes. The relief around Griffin Park when that goal went in. Now here's De Silva over by the corner flag, just holding the ball up. Turns, gets goal side. Oh, and he's hauled down in the end, surely. Nothing given. Looked as if it was a foul there by Middlesbrough. And then a poor ball by Rico Henry that time. But Ben Rama got the right side of wing. In goes Ollie Watkins with a strong challenge. I'm surprised that wasn't. Oh, the referee eventually gives a foul. Didn't see an advantage forthcoming. So what we're going to see in time added on?
5 minutes, Mark, I reckon.
5?
No, I reckon.
Oh.
We always do the game.
We're not there yet, Matt. We're not there.
We just say.
There's a header into the box. Pinnock heads it away. Here's McNair, chance for him to shoot. Then to wing. Back to Saville. Saville out to the far side to Coulson. Coulson crosses it high into the box. Pinnock didn't quite time it perfectly. It's fired back in again. And then off the head of Dalsgaard. And it's going to... No, it won't go away for a corner. Well done, Josh De Silva back there. Little back heel. Brentford are going to make their own substitution here.
4 minutes.
4 additional minutes. Roslev is looking to come on. Referee allows this substitution to take place. Who's it going to be? Brian Reimer just talked to the fourth official. Fourth official's trying to get his numbers sorted out. He's probably thinking, come on, everybody's waiting for me. It's going to be
Brian Mbeumo.
Mbeumo coming on. Mbeumo getting the applause there from Ealing Road and New Road, of course Bramer Road as well.
What have they got 4 minutes from, by the way?
2 substitutes, it's 6 substitutions, 30 seconds each.
Of course, not a lot this day and age.
Yeah, that's true.
Standard. I thought it was going to be 5, to be
Yeah, I did think it was 5. I'll take 4, Mark.
It's just defending
anyway. We're going to see 5 now because we wasted 1 minute with the time added on. Here comes the long throw into the box. Pinnock. Who else? Heads it away. It's headed back infield. Here's Saville. He's missed it. Howson with the ball off the outside of his boot. Rico Henry's out for this, but can only play it through to wing. Over comes Norgard. Wing's beaten him. Wing chips it back in. There's right. He spilled it the first attempt, but he got it at the second. That's okay. Just stays on the ground. Allows a little bit of the clock to run down. In no hurry to find a man at this stage of the game.
Great atmosphere, Mark.
Oh, absolutely. This is what seasons are all about. This is what football is all about. Falls back to Pears. And he's shanked that one. That was like one of your sandwiches, Mick, into the 15th green.
I was going to say that would have been rippling in the water if we'd have had that.
And sliced out for a Brentford throw about halfway inside the Middlesbrough half. Rico Henry in no hurry to take it. 2 minutes into time added on. It's one back by Middlesbrough. Rico Henry then just into the back of McNair, allows Middlesbrough a chance to launch one upfield. Benrahma has got to get the 10 yards away from the ball. It's fired forward. It's over the head of everybody. Raya comes out to the edge of his box. Rudy Gestede was charging forward for that one. Raya just falls to the ground and then runs across the edge of his penalty area. With 2.5 minutes into time added on. Raya out to the right-hand side. There's a slip there by Roslev. He's headed out powerfully by Fry for a Brentford throw. Again, he'll be in no hurry to take this one. Dalsgaard saying to everybody, you stay upfield, I'll take this one. We're up to 3 minutes now. Dalsgaard down to the far side. Watkins looking to hold it up right by the corner flag. In goes Saville with a strong challenge. The referee's assistant on the far side said to Saville there, that's a little bit too overexcited, and you can't do that. He's taken Watkins to ground. Brentford get a free kick, and it's just a chance to run the clock down, mate.
This is really good play by Brentford. This is where their technical ability and possession football, they're just taking their time, wandering across. They drew the foul in. Ollie Watkins had 3 players round him. Referee wants to speed it up a little, but we're right in the corner of the Ealing Road. No hurry at all as that clock keeps on ticking.
Well, Marcondes and De Silva having a word. 3 minutes 43 at the moment. They take it now. De Silva back towards Roslev. Roslev back out to the wing to De Silva. Ball just bounces a couple of times. De Silva getting his body in the right shape. Here's Benrahma. Benrahma into the box. A little step over from Benrahma. Still with it, Benrahma. Brilliant skill from Benrahma. Goes for goal. It nearly came to Watkins. It will do this time by Rico Henry. Over 4 minutes. Watkins looking to turn, showing good pace into the box. Watkins plays it back across. Here's Marcondes. Back to goal. Back to Rico Henry again. Down the far side. Here's Marcondes. Take it over by the corner flag, everyone says. Here is Marcondes holding the ball up. He's pushed to the ground. Brentford get a free kick, and that should be enough. 4.5 minutes gone. It will be 5 because of the substitution. Maybe a little bit of time wasting from Brentford as well. But by the time this is taken, we will have seen that time up. The referee is just saying to the Middlesbrough, well, we've got to get back 10. He's just getting a note from one of his assistants here in his ear. Brentford fain to take it. They do eventually. The referee puts a whistle to his lip. It's a massive, massive 3 points here this afternoon. Brentford have had to win the game 3 times, and they've done it. And who else to get the winner but Ollie Watkins? 20 for the season. For a goal in the last 10 minutes. He's finished. Brentford 3, Middlesbrough 2.
What a wonderful game of football that was, and if you are going to make something of your season, when you get games that you shade in the last 5 minutes in the odd game, goal and 5, then you know that you are going to be having a really good season. And Brentford today showed character, commitment. They won the game first of all, they won it a second time, and they had to come back and win it a third time. Borough played their part. They played a really good game, went toe-to-toe with Brentford, but Brentford were too strong in the end, and our man Ollie Watkins, 20 goals for the season, gets the 3 points and sets up a really good week, Mark.
Thoroughly enjoyable game, and also they showed great character towards the end, great maturity as well. Didn't panic in situations, really comfortable on the ball still, and just thoroughly enjoyable to watch Brentford play like this. Such an exciting time.
Right, we'll give you the other scores. Wigan 1, Preston 2, Barnsley 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Unfortunately, Fulham were 1 at Blackburn. Huddersfield 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Luton 0, Cardiff 1. Reading 1-1 with Hull. Stoke 3, Charlton 1. Swansea 2, Derby 3. So, well, we can't do any more than that. Okay, Fulham have won against head up there at Ewood Park, but that was massive. You said, Mick, it was like 4 points rather than 3 if we've won it late. It's moments like this that will change your season.
Well, I mean, it's flippant. It is only 3 points, Mark, but it's the momentum in a season. That's what it is, and everybody there is a 2-2. We don't let in too many at Griffin Park, and today Borough played a really good game as an away team. They went for it. They actually were going for the win. And we said with 2-2 there was a game to be won there, and we were clinical. We were the ones that buried it. We were the one that take the points and the 3 points. And when you get that kind of game, I get the feeling that's an extra point. Goal difference is an extra point, but games where you shade them in the line. Look at Thomas Frank down here. Very animated. He knows how much that is. Big throw out to the crowd there. He's running up and down the new road. He knows what that means in the season. And pivotal moments in the week. We were talking about this, Fulham and Cardiff. That shows you where you were in December. Here we are today. You get today and you get Leeds on Tuesday, and you come out of there with a maximum set of 6 points. The momentum and the belief that will give not only the supporters, but this young side that Matt was talking about earlier in, this is going to be the best of times, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly is. And what a big win, and they are really enjoying this. Thomas Frank, as Mick said, he's so animated there, really taking in the crowd, taking in the applause, taking in the excitement, and enjoying every